Do you watch porn?
Yes, I do, yes.
Do you watch porn?
I don't watch porn, no.
Do you watch porn?
I do, yes.
Do you watch porn?
Yes.
I'd have thought it would be 100% of guys.
I should think I'm probably a little unusual, especially amongst guys.
It's so tricky because I think all girls lie about porn, masturbation. I think a lot of them tend to. So I couldn't tell you, even my closest friends, some of them I don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, I think it's a lie. I think more women have watched porn than they'll admit.
So just tell us a bit about how often you watch porn, what kind of porn you watch.
I know, I prefer HD porn. Oh dear.
I just watch gay porn, basically, because I'm gay, and just free, like there's a site called PornHub that is basically the gay version of PornHub, so I just use that.
I think it would go one of two ways. Either people in Oxford wouldn't have time and they'd be super stressed and busy with everything else, so they wouldn't watch it as much, or they would just snap and watch it all the time because they can't cope with stress.
I don't really understand what the whole thing is about casting.
You can get videos where it's like simulating a casting for something, so like it's kind of, I don't really know how to describe that. So it's like a pretend audition. So like the person directing it is like pretending they're auditioning someone, and it's like, oh, you can get into this film, but you have to do porn.
I have watched one casting, but I just thought that was a kind of one-off. I did quite enjoy the casting one.
Yeah, it's good to go.
Yeah. But it's quite fun to actually go to.
Do you know who Lisa Ann is?
Yes, I do.
Who is she?
She's a porn star.
I was there. Do you know who Lisa Ann is?
No, I don't. No, I don't have a clue.
Do you know who Lisa Ann is?
She porn star by any chance?
That's fine.
No, I'm not doing this on my own.
Yes.
Do you know who Lisa Ann is?
Lisa
Have you ever searched for British?
No, I was really surprised. That seems really random. Is that because they like the British accent?
Eastern European guys are often very good looking. I think that's just because there's a site called Bellamy where they're all Eastern European, but I wouldn't like search that.
I mean, I'm half Italian, so I was wondering what, I searched Italian once, but that it kind of just looked exactly the same, just people with bad Italian accents.
Have you ever searched for MILF?
Yes.
Me doing some bits. These two probably won't apply, but have you ever searched MILF?
No.
Have you ever searched DILF?
No.
Is there a lot of DILF gay porn?
There is. They tend to call it daddy instead, but I don't even know if they're meant to be good looking or whether it's just old.
MILF?
I know what it is, yeah.
Have you ever watched MILF porn?
No, don't think I'd be into that.
Why do you think MILF porn is so popular in Oxford? It's one of the most searched for terms.
I don't know, so that they can make jokes about Oedipus complexes in bars.
Maybe there's a weird complex with like teachers and wanting to like be good students, and it's just gone a little bit sexual. I don't really know, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like an authority thing. People here must have some kind of respect for authority to be here. So
Probably the fact that I was at school while I watched it, and so you're being taught by teachers the whole time who are older than you and good looking as well, obviously, and so it's more tilf porn really.
it's just like, it's like a mum. Why would you watch that?
I've always liked lesbian porn. I think maybe because in like heterosexual porn, the men are often quite rough, and which is a bit of a turn off. I also like threesome porn as well.
Because I identify as bisexual, normally just like girl on girl or like girl threesome things. I don't think I've ever really watched porn with men in it particularly.
Where boys are quite vulgar and like talking about porn and stuff, it's not very like, maybe it's not very ladylike.
Do you think people in Oxford watch more porn than other universities?
They seem to talk about it a lot more.
It's not normally something that we really talk about, really. I don't know, not I mean, my friends from home, definitely we talk.
But I always felt really guilty about watching it. I thought it was really weird and was really secretive about it, and it was only when I came here that my friends were also like, oh yeah, we watch porn, and we were like, oh cool, and it really wasn't that big a deal. But I think still, if I told a boy I watched porn, I think they'd still be a bit like, a bit weird. I don't know.
For girls, I just think you don't want to come across as kind of some kind of like sex fiend. but yeah, maybe if I brought it up, they'd be cooler with it than I think.
I'd say nothing too fake, so kind of big nails or like plastic boots, stuff like that. That's not really my thing.
Probably staged, because I quite like, even though it's going to sound really stupid, I quite like the stupid storylines that they have, where it like creates a relationship between the people, rather than it just being like, oh look, cut straight to these guys fucking.
Sorry, I don't like the ones which are have got like stupid roleplay. That doesn't really occur to me, no.
So the first time I had sex, I didn't think it would be exactly like porn, but my expectations were a little bit higher.
They're screaming their heads off and loving life, and having an orgasm every bloody minute, and it's just really not quite like that, or not in my experiences as of yet.
It's not embarrassing, I promise. You just gotta answer one little question.
No,
It's really not embarrassing.
Not.
It's really, I promise?
No,
We can do it, and then if you don't like it after you just... Do you ever worry about whether the porn you're watching has been ethically made?
Yeah, that as soon as I feel a bit like, I don't think the girls are enjoying it or something, then I would probably switch it off.
I'm sure it's still not absolutely brilliant, but I think it's more in the kind of, they've all done it of their own volition, and like maybe they've had problems of their own in their life, but it's not the kind of thing where someone's been trafficked into doing it, and it's just, that's how I kind of avoid that for myself. I like stick to specific websites that I know.
I think there's an element of guilt, especially when you're like 15, 16 and you don't really know what you're looking at.
That's why, as I said, I try and avoid things that look a bit kind of fake and overproduced and coercive.
I don't think I've ever carried on watching the first one I've ever clicked on. It takes me like 4 or 5 times to find one where I'm kind of comfortable watching it.
What kind of things would make you think, oh?
I just kind of tell in a girl's face, as awful as that sounds. Maybe not, and maybe that's just me getting it wrong, but sometimes I just get a vibe